cold early, but you know, 2 games today and the sun's out. Not much you can complain about.
Amen. My name is Max Foote. I am joined by Zephyr Melnick here on the commentary. 2 games today, with the Division 1 men's game unfortunately being postponed due to the early morning rain. We will have the women's rugby kicking off in just a moment here, followed by men's premiership Westshore versus Pacific Pride today at 2:30. You don't want to miss it. The sun is out. Come on down for a hot dog, a drink. We've got merch on sale. It's a beautiful day for rugby. And I do apologize for those at home listening to that wind howling. If I could control the weather, we'd have all 3 games on today, but that is just the way of the world. But no matter what, rugby keeps going. The referee about to blow his whistle, and we are off. Brianne Nicholas taking the kick. Abbott collects. And now Westshore gets the ball back. Horsfall gathers, takes it in with Courtney Sims carrying out to McWhinney. McWhinney on the tip, takes it in. Takes a couple to get her down. Now Chelsea Minter. Chelsea was really an impact player last time they played at home here. Let's see if she can repeat. Nicholas now looking for help. Just goes herself. Finds Camasioli. Camasioli to Fulton. And just gets pushed out of bounds there. We will have the first line out of the day.
First set piece here. Unmuted. Oh, perfect. First set piece here. I'm excited to see how it goes, you know? Set a precedent. Abbotsford's ball.
Folds for Abbotsford. Little trick play in the line. Chalmers takes it in herself. A short little bobble by the 10. Now to the outside. Manages to stay in. And Sims is going to take it in and just powers through into Abbotsford's 22. And Westshore's on the board with 5 points.
Unity for Westshore.
Incredible way to start the game. I'm sure they're looking to repeat that performance. Nicholas is going to be taking the kick for this.
Slick, a little bit greasy, so it's going to be hard to run around with it.
Westshore 7, Abbotsford 0. 3 minutes gone. Real dominant for about 50 minutes and then just seemed to take their foot off the gas pedal for about 20, and they
half forward carries, dominant collisions, and setting up the ball, taking the extra ruck and putting phases together, where that second half last week they might have fallen asleep, and that bit them in
off the Valkyries 40-meter mark.
This I'm excited to see. Valkyries last week, they were up in the pack, and let's see if they can repeat it.
Here we go. Both front rows now ready. Gets it out. Gage tries to find someone outside. Does not. Desormo Schmidt picks it up, but we've got a penalty against the Valkyries for offside.
This is not looking too great in the Valkyries' favor. Last week, I think they had a few repeat penalties in the second half, and that those allowed Castaways to get back in the game. So let's hope that doesn't repeat here.
And a forward pass from Abbotsford, giving up a prime opportunity inside the Valkyries' half. We're going to go back to the scrum here. Valkyries on their back foot with that Abbotsford pack. We're going to see here if they are this one. Hall with the feed. And Abbotsford just powers through and comes out with the ball. Chalmers. Nicholas picks it up. Advantage for Westshore. Bloomfield carries. Now Sims just goes herself. Gets about 5 meters on that carry. Nicholas down the shorts. Westshore, 2 tries on the board underneath the post. Nicholas will look to convert her.
Couple plays, make a break, look for that offload, and that's just rugby, pure and pure. It's, it might be a windy day, a bit harder to kick. And kick is converted.
A little stunned by this early lead from the Valkyries. Westshore looking to be dominant in the women's premier. Going for 3-0 here today. Nicholas looking for help, doesn't find it, carries herself. Short side has numbers. Camasioli picks it up. Goes in. Now carries. McWhinney off a short ball. No one in front of her to tackle. She just gets away. The lock rumbling down the field. Westshore's going to score again.
Oh, we'd love to see that. A lock in full stride, full pace. Nothing quite like it.
19-0. Only 9 minutes into this game.
That's a point every 30 seconds, Max.
Woo!
That's crazy work.
This is crazy to watch.
Now, the Valkyries did have a lead like this last week. I believe they went up 25-0 in the first half.
Yeah, just about that, yeah.
And unfortunately, just that 20 minutes of falling asleep at the wheel, like we mentioned earlier in that second half, allowed Castaways to catch up to a much closer game. So we're hoping from the Valkyries to see them lengthen this lead, stay strong, and stay awake behind the wheel.
Valkyries switch up the kicking with Britain getting the conversion there. The score now standing at 21-0, just under 10 minutes gone. And there's still 70 minutes of rugby here. Norland gathers off the kickoff. Just goes in looking to set the platform. Nicholas on the left, Minter on the right, over her head. Camasioli gathers. Now Minter goes in, shoving people off, staying on her feet. Those tackles. Nicholas gives to the pod outside. Cosino outside to Britain. Britain breaks through, finds a gap. One in front of her, steps her, she's away. Oh, she's got someone still chasing, gets the ball off.
Offload,
incredible.
baby.
Britain with the heads up to know she's got someone on her heels.
Does look a little disheartening from the Abbotsford side with only the 10 chasing back there. Everybody else's head had kind of dropped, chin on your chest. It's hard when you get 4.
Nicholas now back on the tee, looking to convert. She's far. That wind challenge. And she will easily get it put through to extend that. In favor of the Valkyries. So we know Abbotsford has. It looks like defense is their Achilles heel.
Defense is hard, especially when it's all you're doing.
Ball is up. They go to the other side now. Horsfall. Horsfall gets through. Off the kickoff. Gets away. Is just Tri-City here today on Field 1 at Westshore Parks and Recreation. Abbotsford's coach players trying to find a way to get them fired up and into this game. Almost looks like they forgot they were playing rugby here a little bit. Nicholas puts it up. And she gets
through.
Incredible work. She is 100% here on the day. Westshore 0 early in this first half of the game.
Lots of competition for a woman of the match here. There's players standing out left, right, and center. What Abbotsford's going to respond with here, you know. This might just keep happening. And stick their shoulders in that tackle because they're just kicking that ball back and back and back.
And the ball doesn't go 10. Westshore will leave it alone, and we will go to a scrum of the Valkyries.
Honestly, might be a plan that Abbotsford. Their scrum has been looking decent, nice and strong, providing a platform for themselves, and a little bit better than that last kickoff where Valkyries just ran it straight back down at them.
Hall with the feed. Abbotsford almost got an early push call there from the referee, and they get the penalty. Not driving straight, says the official. Westshore will just tap and go with it.
Too much power from Abbotsford there. You got to learn how to control it.
Nicholas tries to get the ball and just goes through her fingers, and a knock on by Abbotsford with Nicholas with that first knock on. It'll be an Abbotsford scrum.
I do think Abbotsford has the potential to run away in the forward pack here, at least at the set piece.
They seem to have the power up front, but they're just not pushing in the right direction.
Yeah, they keep spinning to the right, which says to me that either one of their props is too eager or too strong, but never seems to be a problem once you get it under control. Like we're picking up. Nice strong scrum from Abbotsford there. Didn't quite see which way the ball got knocked on.
Unfortunately, the backs can just not hold on to it, and I'm sure the forward pack are going to be grumbling with their back equivalents in the change room after the game. I feel like we're going to have a lot of scrums here. Strong platform there from both front rows. Abbotsford looking for the push, doesn't get it, because, you know, to Britton. Britton just on that short line breaks through, gets the offload to Hall. Hall almost gets through, gets the pop up to Cousino. And now Camasioli outside to Des Ormo. Schmidt taps it down. Try called. Des Ormo Schmidt right in. Back play, keeping the ball alive, and Abbotsford defense cannot react to the speed.
The offloads there, just from last week's showing, that once you start succeeding with those kind of quick offloads and those hasty on too many of them, then it can quickly go to ground, and any momentum you gain can be lost just like that.
Pemberton looks like she's the long kicker here. Outside the 22, right on the side. Just not quite enough distance on it, and it'll stay 40-0.
Shucks.
Ball is up, and it'll just go out of play. Horsefall will let it rumble.
Looks like
or will have a line out inside their half.
if anything to go off last week, I do believe they might run. The Valkyries really enjoyed playing out of their 22, and it worked for them last week to an extent. So we're hoping to see that same thing happen here.
Ball is out. Sim carries. Ooh, loses the ball backwards, says the. Little pick and go there. Gets about 5. Stays on her feet. And Abbotsford will turn it over, and the referee will blow his whistle for a scrum going Abbotsford's way.
Unfortunate there, you know, when you get knocked down to the ground, you can stand up if you release the ball, and looked like the player went for that there. Cheeky little play. Great scrum by Abbotsford there. Setting up
Goes
the platform
short
for their backs.
side. Chalmers carries, gets the. We'll keep it in. Penalty, Westshore. Great jackal there. Believe it was Desormo Schmidt who got that one. And Westshore.
Love to see that. Set a platform, play your game.
Short line out from the Valkyries. With a couple forwards in the backfield. Norlin at the top. Nicholas now out the back. Britton stepping. Camasioli finds some space.
Square it up, square it up.
Just looking to. Now back the other way. Sims, no. Knock on, says the referee in the previous. Is going to be slick after this morning's torrential day.
They're running through standing water here, Max. Ball's greased up.
Chalmers with the feed. Westshore scrum looking a little more powerful. Bubbles goes to the air.
Finds grass.
Camasioli is back there to gather all by herself.
And a forward pass.
Gets nervous with the defender and just throws the ball away. And that is great field position for Abbotsford.
Exactly what you want from a kick like that. Boot it into the 22, find some grass, pressure him in the second or two it takes to pick the ball up. There you go. Abbotsford on the 22. Abbotsford just getting pushed off their own ball.
Oh, and Westshore gets the penalty for it. Great work. And Mays will just go fast, just running right through defenders. Nobody even looking to tackle.
She's got one in support,
Gager
two in support.
chasing her down, throws her to the ground.
She holds onto the ball. That's all you can want from that.
Abbotsford attacking chance turns into Westshore on the 22, looking for space outside, and a forward pass again.
That's tough. It's really hard to sling that pill when the ball's greased up. You know, just give it to the forwards. Let them run 60 meters. Let them do it again. Let them do it again. Let them do it again.
Who needs backs?
I don't. Let me carry.
Zephyr, a hooker and a blind side flanker. Myself, a flanker in a second row. We may be a little biased on
To be with the amount of scrums going on.
This is scrum heaven. Out the back, Gager goes to the air. Desormo Schmidt just lets it go straight out.
Looks like it came off the right side of her boot there and just, you know, a couple 2 meters too shy.
And the ball will go. Kick was as it was carried back into the 22. Field position gained for Abbotsford. Unfortunate mistake there. And now Westshore none.
I think Abbotsford's woken up a little bit, though. Their defensive game seems to have slowed down the Valkyries from just scoring and scoring and scoring.
Nicholas finds Casino. Back to Nicholas on the offload. She goes right through the center, stays on her feet, and dots it down, reaches for the try. And Westshore's back again with a try, right under the sticks.
Magnificent. I mean, for any of those looping plays, you got the 10 out the back in that pocket, just hidden behind. The defenders can't see it. I barely saw it.
Britain with the drop goal for the conversion. No tee needed. And just right down the middle. Britain and Nicholas seem to be a good kicking pair here.
It's awesome seeing that score shoot up. Just the difference of scoring under the post versus scoring out in the corners. High scoring games, baby.
Ball is up and Horsfall just bounces off. And it is an accidental offside from Westshore with the ball spilling forward off that knock on. And Abbotsford will just go themselves and they get absolutely clobbered backwards.
Abbotsford does not want that ball right
carries.
now. Throwing it out. Defensive pressure from the Valkyries is putting them on their back foot. They're flat. They're nervous. The ball's hitting the ground. Lots of fumbles. Valkyries are here to eat.
Huge tackle from Casino there. And Westshore steals the ball, and it goes the other way now. McWhinney calls for it. Gives the pop to Mays. Looking for someone. Norland is there, has help outside. Casino steps inside. Oh, and Fulton just misses that ball, but is able to regather. Norland battling in the breakdown. Now LeMay with the quick pop to Minter. Minter now to Bloomfield. Bloomfield will just take it in and reset here a little bit. Now Mays goes. Gets the offload to Nicholas. Nicholas gives it outside. And Britain a little grubber through with Desormo Schmidt there. Doesn't quite gather. And the referee will call a forward pass with the pressure.
That's
and
all just
it is a
defensive
penalty,
pressure.
not a scrum. Didn't quite see what the call was for that penalty, but nonetheless, Westshore taps and goes on the 5, and Mays just takes the easy 5 points there.
Nice and simple. Get on the board. That's what you want. Honestly, the extra 7 points from scoring under the post would be nice, but if you get into the opposition 22, you just want to convert. You just want to come away with points. You don't want to stay down there for 5 minutes and then get sent back. Not that the Valkyries, you know, need the extra lead at the moment.
52-0 the scoreline here, and we haven't even approached the halftime whistle.
And honestly, I think that's just a result from defense. You know, Abbotsford's a little lackluster in their defense today, where the Valkyries, you saw it, they were on their own 22. They made a couple sticks off that penalty, and the pressure just changed, went the other way, and then they scored.
It is a long bus ride and a ferry and another bus ride, so I don't blame them having an early morning coming all the way from Abbotsford. Huge props to them for getting out here for this women's premier match. In the air, Sims just knocks it on with a huge gust of wind coming.
I mean, it'd be hard to hold on to that ball with this wind. It's blowing all of our stuff over.
I'm having a hard time holding on to this scaffolding here.
Good thing we got Chops on the prems. He's a real scaffolder. This ain't coming down. This ain't coming down.
Both packs powering. Westshore knocks the front row of Abbotsford over and gets away with a penalty off an Abbotsford put-in.
Just jersey on the floor. It's hard not to give it to the Valkyries when Abbotsford's props backwards and on the ground.
That little mistake from Sims comes up with a Westshore ball. LeMay gives outside to Norland, just gets tackled out, and Abbotsford will regather. Gager. Now to Brousseau. Brousseau carries.
Abbotsford is looking a little flat here, Max. Hard to tell who's on defense.
Set some sort of attacking structure, and we will go back for the earlier knock-on from Norland. Abbotsford lucky to get away with that ball, trying to find some attacking pattern here, but just cannot seem to connect.
It's looking a little tough. I don't know if it's energy or their system, but Abbotsford's looking like a couple individuals. Their pods are flat. Their backs are at the same level. It's a little hard to tell who's on defense, who's on attack.
Big push from the Valkyries scrum there, but Abbotsford able to retain. Skillings takes it in. Now Gager again looking for that chip through. It's worked a couple times for them, but this one will just roll out of bounds, and Westshore will be on the back foot with their own line-out put-in just outside their 5-meter mark.
Great opportunity for Abbotsford. It's the first time I think they've been within the Valkyries 5-meter here, if I'm correct. It's an awesome opportunity to, put on a defensive stick, try to rattle the Valkyries just a little bit.
Front ball for the Valkyries. They go to a maul. Good way to retain possession and get a couple meters between them. Minter takes it outside, gets the offload to Hall. Hall goes to Nicholas looking for friends. Britton has space in front. Cup her down. She steps back inside, gives back to Nicholas. Gets away, and Nicholas will get in, gives it away to Casino with that 10 chasing her down. And Westshore, again, with a great... We'll go back on the board.
That was one series of play from to Abbotsford's try line. One maul, 4 offloads, 5 offloads, and a try.
Abbotsford scratching their head here. We know they are a dominant side, doing so well in that women's first division last season, bumping up to Prems, a bit of a learning curve for them.
Well, I think they came here to play 15s today, and the Valkyries look like they're playing 7s, honestly. They're just running around, finding open gaps. just easier to play without a set piece, you know?
Speed conquers all here at Westshore Rugby Club. Britain will get the conversion on that one.
From the left boot. Footed. I'll be right back, folks.
Minter will gather. Just takes it in. Norland looking for the offload. Sims. Defender's offer. No hand, says the referee. LeMay carries. Nicholas to Britton. Britton looking for the offload, gets it to Horsfall. Outside to Des Ormo. Schmidt has space in front, but forward pass. Fortunate for the Valkyries. That was looking so good. What I missed. Referee calls time.
Walking over to the Abbotsford side. Repeat infringements, talking back maybe. Injured player. Looks like we're all good. Play ball. Spying any rain clouds there, Max?
I am checking to make sure the rain doesn't roll in. I think this wind is blowing heavy enough that even if it started raining, it'd be over in about a minute. Abbotsford now with the scrum. Jaeger looking for friends, doesn't find them, goes herself.
Impressive carry despite a 2-on-1 collision.
Yeah, gets about 15 meters on that carry. Now Skillings goes in. Abbotsford looking like they almost had a little shape. Interesting little decision for the kick through there. And Bloomfield will just carry. Westshore looking to reset as they regather the ball. No, Abbotsford will get a turnover in the ruck. Not from Abbotsford, trying to keep it alive. Cookson.
You know, from what I'm seeing, I think this is Abbotsford's skill set right here. Just simpler, one-up rugby. It was working. One pass, one collision.
Abbotsford trying to go to that short side. The ball just does not connect. And Fulton looked like the ball surprised her a little bit there. Just an unfortunate knock-on for the Valkyries. Abbotsford will maintain control for the time being.
More and more spectators showing up. The weather's nicer. It's just easier to watch a game in the sun than in the rain.
Big push from the Valkyries, but Abbotsford able to hold on. Abbotsford trying to emulate some of that Westshore free ball playing. Here finds a gap, but Nicholas is on her right away. Stays on her feet, though.
We love a crash
now she with a pod on the left side. Just goes for the pick. Now they find the pod. And Westshore with the steal.
Unfortunate play for Abbotsford there, but I do think forward heavy game. I do think their pack might outweigh and outstrength ours woman to woman.
On the field, so we will step away for just a moment while they assess.
It was probably less than a couple minutes of phase play anyway. Scores look very strong lead here coming up into the second half. We'll be right back. Please enjoy some sponsors.
Welcome back to the second half here. Westshore Valkyries on top, 59-0. Abbotsford had a quick chat with their coach. We'll see if they're able to turn anything around here, but the Valkyries are just looking too strong.
They're looking to keep their lead up. They're 2-0 in the series so far in the season, and I mean, right as rain, they're probably going to make it 3-0 here today, but I'm not going to make any promises, no guarantees until the final whistle blows.
And we are off for second half action.
Ball goes over, little fumble on the recovery.
Hall takes it in. Now Sims carries. Double shot from the Abbotsford defense. They're looking a little more spry here. Brett on the field now wearing number 20, just bobbles. Westshore able to retain. McWhinney with a huge clear out, pushing 2 defenders off that ruck. Britton on the outside gets taken down. Westshore stays on the short side. Brett goes in. Better carry there from her. Minter, a little fake pop pass there. Just goes in. Abbotsford looks like they remembered how to tackle all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're geared up coming out of that halftime.
Brett outside to LeMay.
Still takes 3 to take her down, though.
Mays. Norland short ball. Knock on against Westshore. Abbotsford regathers. And now they are going the other way with Cookson taking it in. Norland on the tackle. Outside to Geiger. Geiger just pushing defenders off her. Just goes down. The support is there in the ruck. And DeMayer carries outside to Tapero. Ball almost spills out. Brousseau goes. Hospital pass there. And the referee will just call time with an injury there, and the runner going right at the trainer. Almost a scary incident. There is another player down.
Abbotsford was looking a lot better, though, coming out of that second half here. Eager to play. They pinned it down on Valkyrie's ends, and I think they're just more eager to tackle, realizing maybe that's what stopped them in the first half from being a contender. They're putting their shoulders in, and it showed. They got a long series of play, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 phases there, back and forth, and the result is their scrum.
Definitely looks like the tables turned a little bit there these first 2 minutes into the second half, with Westshore not able to string together any attack, and Abbotsford making some dominant tackles, and they will maintain possession with a scrum right inside Westshore's 22. 3-2 split, 4-2 split in the backs. The 8 takes it off the back, carries, gives to Geiger. To Skillings, just goes herself. Refusing to go down. She's a meter away. Abbotsford is in. There we go. Abbotsford gets their first try of the game early in this second half. And they are looking a lot better than that first half.
Like you said, ferry bus. It's a long way to come, and if you're not prepared for it, it can take you out of it before the game's even started.
I've had my fair share of away Vancouver trips where the ferry just took it out of me, and it took about 40 minutes to get back into the game. So I don't blame the Abbotsford women here for having a rough first half, but they are looking alive all of a sudden.
It's just a bummer it comes so late because, I mean, 59-5 is a hard lead to catch up on. I think Abbotsford just wants to take away with a bonus point, which will be prize.
Geiger off the boot. 9-5.
Abbotsford looking like might have been the reason they picked up there as well.
Britain on the kickoff. First time Westshore's been on this all day. Woo! Huge chop from Norland there on Tapero. And the ball of her hands, and Westshore will get the scrum now in Abbotsford's half. We'll see if they're able to turn back on some of that magic they had in the first 40 minutes.
Westshore's backs lining up both left and right of the scrum, giving themselves an option to attack either direction.
Looks like Camasioli might be looking for a loop out there. Unfortunate little pass there from Fulton. Brett will just have to carry. Backs won't get to do their set piece play, but now Norland looking dominant, just gives the offload at the last second to LeMay. LeMay gets away. Just looking for friends, doesn't find him.
Good job.
Plays the
Holding on to
safe
it.
play. Stays the short side. Breton to Sims. Sims to Brett. Brett to Desormo Schmidt. Desormo Schmidt with the speed. Cuts inside, and she gets in. Whew. Dots it down just before the posts. And Westshore, who looked a little asleep for a couple minutes there, have put the pedal to the metal and got back on the board.
Good for them. Compared to last week, that's all you can hope for. 5 minutes of sleep at the wheel as opposed to 25 makes a massive difference. I know if I was that winger, I'd be saying that was all me, baby, all me. Despite the 18 passes, 3 rucks, carries.
Britain gets the conversion, pushing it to 66-5 here.
Another convert without the tee. Just looking pretty skilled with that drop kick there. Both for kickoff and converting.
Making a shot for summer sevens next year. Got to get that training in. About 4 weeks left here in BC before the winter break. Westshore Prems sitting in fifth, men's Prems, I should say, sitting in 5th place with 3 wins and 1 loss. The men's Division 1 undefeated 2nd place.
Woohoo! She's through.
Now Maze is away.
And she's got the speed to go.
Casino just
Slowing
goes
it
herself.
down, buying some time for her team. There she goes.
Doesn't need any support. Breaking through that initial line seems to be the key to victory here for Westshore.
Just lengthening that lead farther and farther and farther. If you are here today at Westshore at the Wanda Fuca and you're watching the live stream, don't forget to buy a 50-50 ticket. I don't think that's going to happen, but if you are, send the money in. Transfer it to me directly. I'll make sure you get a 50-50.
Great salesman here, Zephyr.
Hey, money moves, money talks, baby. Give it to me.
With this dominant scoreboard from the Valkyries, they will likely move to 3-0 and top of the table for the women's premiership. All 3 senior sides for Westshore looking dominant so far this season.
I think Westshore even has a chance to take the lead in the women's premiership. It just depends on Burnaby, because I believe they're same standing on the table.
Sounds about
Undefeated.
right. There was an accidental offside from the Valkyries there in Abbotsford. Will go quick. Folds, carries it in. Geiger gives to Skillings. Skillings breaks through. 1 to beat. Gets her off, and she's in.
Ooh, 2 tries down. 2 more to go
Excellent
for
work from
Abbotsford's bonus
Abbotsford.
point. Westshore is really going to be looking to lock them out, maintain their bonus point. They got the bonus point from scoring. I believe more than 4 tries here. I've lost count. But again, that bonus point will determine if Burnaby or Westshore takes the top of the table. Looks like we've got our players showing up. The Pacific Pride is here, and the Westshore Valhallans are rolling in, getting ready for their 2:30 kickoff following this match.
Geiger with the conversion gets that one, pushing Abbotsford to 12 points on the board for the day. With 10 minutes gone in this second half, a lot more rugby to be played. We'll see if Abbotsford is able to cut that lead a little bit.
Selfishly, I'm hoping for a triple-digit score. That's myself, though. What can I say? I'm from Westshore. I like to see it. High-scoring games are fun. 100 points, ladies. Let's do it. Great kick chase from the Valkyries there.
Folds carries off that kickoff, and Geiger just bobbles the ball on the pass. And it seems like we've come to a game of just scrums outside each team's 22.
Which is really interesting because I feel like each scrum goes one way or the other. Valkyries look like they're on top for 2, and then Abbotsford pushes them over. It's really hard to tell which pack is more dominant at the moment.
Fulton, the starting winger, moving to the scrum half position. Ball spills out the side. Play on, says the referee.
I don't think he saw it.
Brett recovers. LeMay to Britton. Britton tries to get through, but gets folded by Folds. Now Bloomfield goes in. Fulton is there. LeMay to Minter. Minter refusing to go down.
Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players to take her down.
Finally gets her ankle trapped. Now Brett on the short side gives a long pass to Horsfall. Horsfall tries to give it to Desormo Schmidt.
Unfortunate.
McWhinney dots it down, but no, it is a knock-on for Abbotsford.
That's one of those plays where just the decision, making the decision probably would have scored. Given the offload or carrying it, I do believe she looked like she wanted to pump that offload, and then she maybe decided to carry it, then she decided to throw it. Now here we are, scrum on the 5.
Very fortunate there for Abbotsford. That small little mistake are able to keep the Valkyries out of the end zone this time. Both teams with a big push there. Abbotsford running out of their own try line.
And the turnover. Turnover looks good.
Westshore gets the turnover off the crash ball from the 12. Brett has players outside. Camasioli tries to gather, but no, it's a knock-on. Unfortunate.
Great set piece there, both from Abbotsford and the Valkyries. Nobody was going forward, nobody's going back. Boss.
Abbotsford with the put in on the scrum here.
Oh, turnover.
Oh, unfortunate.
Stolen by the hooker.
Happened by the hookers there. And Westshore will have the ball. Big clear out from Abbotsford, but no, McWhinney able to pick it up and go in. Now Bloomfield carrying.
As eager as the Valkyries are to score here, I do think them just playing hit-up rugby and soaking up Abbotsford's time and energy is probably what they're looking for.
Brett finds a hole. She's in.
Through.
looked like she was going to give it away, pulling that defender outside to create that small little gap that she is able to just push right through.
Valkyries don't need to spend 5-10 minutes in the opposition end. They can just do it. Get the ball and score, baby.
And Britain will elect for the tee from this distance, just outside the 22.
I back her. I think it's going in.
You're right, Zephyr. She is not left-footed, so that earlier kick off the left boot was great skill work from her, and she gets another one.
Ambidextrous. I don't think she's missed. Maybe she has. I can't quite remember. There's been so many kicks at this point. Give you the stats breakdown next week, folks. Not right now. Going short.
Switch direction quickly, and Horsfall will gather. Now to LeMay. LeMay stutter steps through, gets the offload. And Bloomfield will carry. Now Brett. Written, quick little pop tap to Camasioli. Unfortunate. Backwards, says the referee. Desormo Schmidt with space, one to beat. Just goes inside and she's away. She has some serious speed down that wing.
She's got time out of the post, but she elects not to take it. I do think that's a result of Abbotsford switching up their kickoff there, deciding to kick short. The last couple kickoffs they've had, they've been booting it down end, back into the Valkyries 22, and I think that was working for them, so hoping they'll go back to it.
Again, apologies if your television is just gusting wind. Not much we can do about that here.
Well, damn, Jackie, I can't control the weather.
Thanks for the input there, Zephyr.
Anytime, baby.
Abbotsford walking back out for another kickoff.
$85-12. 15 more points to go for that. Go to triple-digit scoreline.
Valkyries have to be feeling well going into tonight's Westshore Halloween Bash, hosted by Emporia Langford. Tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Camasioli off the kickoff. Looks for a friend. That looked like a forward pass. Yes, it was, says the referee. And off the kickoff, Abbotsford will get the ball here on Westshore's 22.
This is what I'm talking about. The result of your kickoff, kicking deep, putting it in the opposition's end versus, trying to go short and recover. Because if you don't recover, well, the Valkyries showed us what happened last time. Get the ball back and score. Substitution.
Looks like we have a sub coming in for Westshore. LeMay heading off the field. Incredible effort from her with some strong carries and stabilizing that scrum for the Valkyries. Big shunt from Westshore. But Abbotsford able to keep the ball, tries to get the offload, but no. Brett with the tackle.
I'll give it to Abbotsford there. They're really handy at getting that ball out of that scrum, especially when things start going south, getting pushed off. They're managing it. Delivery from Clancy himself.
Thank you, Mr. President, for bringing some non-alcoholic beverages up to the tower. It's a thirsty job up here.
That hiss, that can opening, that's the sound of Emporia. 7 p.m. tonight. Be there, be square. Wear your best costume. Or don't. I don't really care.
Fulton on the put-in. Westshore able to maintain the ball. Little choppy on the pass.
Great
but
platform from the
Mays
forwards there, though.
will keep it. Abbotsford attacking that ruck, gets the ball outside.
One more.
And she's in. Incredible work from Roberts.
Good work, Max. You can read the team sheet, babies.
Another try here for Abbotsford, but that scoreline is looking tough to overcome for these Abbotsford Premier women.
At this point, you know, you might have accepted the loss. You just got to go for that fourth try, like I've mentioned before. It just gives you that bonus point on the table standing. So instead of coming away with nothing, you come away with 1 point. It makes the difference in the long run of the season. Because that second half, January onward, it does get grueling. It's wet, it's hard, the fields have been beat up, bodies are sore, and every point matters.
Geiger from the sideline. And that wind just looks like it pushed it right back at her. So it will stay 83-17.
Honestly, a little surprised on the kick. I thought I saw a high tackle going in there on the try. I would have thought it might be a penalty try, guaranteeing the full 7 points for Abbotsford. But again, I'm not the ref. I'm just the guy on the scaffold.
Thank you to all our BC Rugby referees for helping us play the game we love. Without them, none of us would be here, really. Hey, Zephyr?
That is correct, you know. It's not official like a ref with a whistle without him. Ball's bouncing and it's out of bounds. Are we live? Max is up here looking like he's about to wring my neck, folks.
Abbotsford line out as we get back to business here. Up in the middle, able to maintain is Dylan. Now Tapero carries.
Ooh.
Penalty for the Valkyries not releasing. Unfortunate for Abbotsford. They seem to have figured out some sort of attacking pattern, and now Mays just goes quick.
Flinging
Tries
the
to
ball.
find help outside. Just goes down. Tackle seemed to fell off, but no worries. Brett to Minter. Minter on the flat pass just rumbles through. Brett again. Sims to Horsval. Looking for the pass, but gets swallowed up by the Abbotsford defense. Now Norlin again on the other side. Throws the ball away.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Last week, they started doing this. The offloads were working, and they just start throwing unnecessary. And the Valkyries are able to capitalize today.
Westshore with an interesting little kick through results in a try for the Valkyries. It is Hall who dots it down after about 4 or 5 different players tried to gather.
It's just a little tough, you know, like maybe against a better team, those offloads would be punished a bit more, those straight-to-deck passes. But I don't think Abbotsford's got the gas. So it is unfortunate for the Valkyries, rewarding poor play. But I don't think they care so much today as they lead
8-17, the score line.
Our scoreboard spectators over there already put up 90. That just shows the confidence in our kickers. Left-footed again.
I believe it is not Britain taking the kick anymore. Woo! Oh, incredible. It is Britain, excuse me.
Left foot,
Does
right foot.
get the kick through, and that'll push it to 90 points for the Westshore Valkyries today.
Old Dr. Seuss in it. One
And
foot,
there's
2 foot.
still 17 minutes to go.
Left foot, right foot. She can kick it anyway.
Geiger on the reset. Goes to Mays. Mays has been deadly with the ball. Tries to give the offload and just a little too flat in front of the runner. and we will have a Abbotsford scrum off the kickoff.
It's good to see those attempts, but I do believe her skill set is just carrying. She's dominant in the collision, takes multiple defenders to take her down. She's just got to back herself. Woo! Sun's gone. It's getting a little chilly. We got shade play. Might be nice for the players to cool off just a little bit. They are running. They are moving. Playing rugby.
Chalmers on the put in. DeMeyer to Chalmers. Now Geiger goes herself, breaks through, gives the offload to Folds. Folds to Roberts. Gets crunched in the tackle.
Her legs splayed. It looked a
Now
little painful.
Geiger again just goes herself.
Valkyrie's able to respond.
Abbotsford set up on the left side. DeMeyer carries. Goes the same way as Cookson. Just one-up runners here from Abbotsford, trying to keep it consolidated. Pick and go on the right side now. Again, the pick and go gets driven back by the Valkyries. Great job from Westshore there. Geiger, another little chip through. It goes in, and Camcioli will just dot it down for a goal line dropout.
I don't think that was the play, if I'm being honest. Yes, you were going kind of nowhere with the one-off runners, the pick and goes, but it has been a forward-heavy game, and that has been Abbotsford's skills.
But as we all know, the more phases you build inside your opposition's 22, the more likely you are to come away with 5 points.
I heard
Ball
one
is
time
up.
that 5+ phases results in a 50% chance to score. I don't know who said that, but it sounds smart.
Chalmers tries to go herself, just gets pushed back into the ruck. Now Geiger gives the offload to Cookson. Ball is stolen by Westshore. And the defensive effort pays off from the Valkyries. McWhinney goes in, is not held, keeps going. Now gets tackled. Norlin almost drops it to Mays. Mays to Desormo Schmidt. We know she has speed. Can she do it again? Throws the ball forward. Unfortunate. Looks like she just got spun around in that tackle and forgot which side her teammates were on.
A little bit of a loss of momentum there. I mean, when you're at full speed, that offload probably would have gone, but you get hit, you spin out, end up in the pits.
And now Megan Wolf taking the field with Chelsea Minter heading off. Great effort from her the past couple weeks. She has just been dominant in the collisions.
A linchpin of the Valkyries, I would say.
Scrum going every which way.
Abbotsford able
But
to
Abbotsford
collect.
comes away with it. DeMeyer to Chalmers. Chalmers to Geiger. Geiger just looking for space, looking like she's trying to take on all 15 Valkyries by herself. Now Skillings immediately gets tackled. Great line speed from the Valkyries there. DeMeyer again.
With the bump.
Geiger looks like she's down. And it is a knock-on against Abbotsford. Cookson just unable to hold on to that ball.
Looking like Geiger is maybe injured or hurting again. It's the second time we've seen that.
Unfortunate, as she seems to be a linchpin for this Abbotsford side, but she will stay in the game. Great fortitude from Geiger there for Abbotsford.
She's super eager and she's all over the park, but sometimes you don't need that with a 10. You need a 10 to be able to distribute and allow the other players to do what she's been doing. And as we're seeing here in her body language, she's just looking a bit tired. Like you mentioned, she took on 15 Valkyries at a time.
Luckily for her, there's only 12 minutes remaining in this match. As Mays gives the ball off the back of the scrum to Brett. Brett looking to break through. Great tackle there from Abbotsford. With Westshore able to secure that ruck. Now Sims. Sims stepping to the inside. Cookson on the tackle.
Great work in the rucks here. I don't know if you're able to see it at home on this live stream, but from my angle, the Valkyries are doing a great extra bit of extra effort on the ground every time they're tackled.
Finds some space in the back with McEwen chasing it down.
Every time they're tackled, the Valkyries are just putting that ball back.
Oh, McEwen goes for the pass, but no, it ends up going Westshore's way. And now Westshore on the attack inside Abbotsford's 22.
I did see the ref show a knock on there.
Rodriguez carries. Advantage for Westshore. Sims off her hands to Wolf. Wolf goes in. Britton just cuts back inside and just dots it down. She had 2 outside, 5 defenders in front of her, but somehow still comes away with a try.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Nearing those triple digits that Zephyr is so keen on here today.
95, 97? Oh, they're just throwing the points on, eh? I thought.
Britton pushes it through. 97-17 is the scoreline with just over 10.
Strong case for woman of the match here. Kick, no T. She's able to do it all. Just help lengthen that lead, get some points on. That's all you can ask for.
Aside from Britton's kicking, who has been your standout player so far today, Zephyr?
I would have to. Wolf. Is that correct? Number 17?
That is Mays. Maddie Mays.
Maddie Mays has been a fun. Shown that she's got skills to run. She's making smart decisions.
Lanute somehow comes away with the ball, is getting chased down.
No, the Valkyries are a race of battle angels from Norse mythology. They show up, kick some ass, 102 points worth of ass, and go from there.
Britton back onto the tee. She's kicked both. She will get another one here.
Stellar performance from Britton. I do believe Westshore has made most of their substitutions, rolling out the bench.
Able to gather 2 players calling for the ball. And there is a play down the short side. It's Hall away, 1 to beat. Just runs right through her. Valkyrie's way.
Britton already in position, getting ready to kick again. She knows what she needs to do. Quadruple digit game. Quadruple digit game. 1,000 points.
We are not advocating for that with less than 8 minutes remaining in this match. Britton just going to take her time, get the tee set up, try and burn some time off this clock. Men's Premier action coming up next with the Pacific Pride taking on Westshore Valhallians at 2:30. Pride only playing 1 league game so far this season in which they did not come away with the win. The Westshore Senior Men's, of course, sitting 5th on the table in a tight competitive Men's Premier season so far, looking to add some points to their tally.
I'm excited for it. Last week they had a friendly 40-minute scrimmage. I'm believe it ended 14-12.
In favor of the Valhallians. Yes, that is correct. Abbotsford now on the kickoff. McWhinney will carry down the short side, gives the pop pass to Lenault. Lenault trying to find her way through. Now Britton playing 10, gives the ball to Norland. Norland will rumble through, takes 3 or 4 to get her down. Abbotsford trying to counterattack on the ruck, but gets a knock-on advantage now for Westshore. Brett finds some space in the backfield with Horsval chasing it down, but no, McEwen will gather. Abbotsford back on the attack. No, Westshore gets the knock-on in the ruck. Just over 5 minutes remaining here at Westshore Parks and Recreation.
You know, I got to give it to Abbotsford. Hanging in a game this long is tough.
You and I have been on the opposite side of games like this, Zephyr, and
Absolutely.
it is draining mentally to keep going.
It's exhausting.
But no matter what in the sport of rugby, you just don't quit. Brett now looks for friends, gives an awkward offload. Westshore able to maintain. Camasioli outside, but there is an interference call against the Valkyries. Didn't quite see that one, so Abbotsford will get one more chance to put some points on the board here.
They're eager. They're looking to play quick. They just want that bonus point.
Quick tap and go. Skillings just runs into a brick wall there, but no, she stays on her feet. Great work from Skillings. And now Cookson will run in, able to get the gain line. Abbotsford staying the same way. Geiger with a quick little chip through will just roll out of bounds.
I believe that was out on the full, actually. We're going back to the half.
And it is out on the full. You are correct, Zephyr. So it'll be a Westshore line out just inside the halfway mark.
Quite unfortunate. I mean, if I was a forward in this position, I would be a little peeved at my 10 for kicking it away when there's, 3 minutes left to play? But that's just me.
Abbotsford definitely going to have some things to talk about at training on Tuesday and Thursday. Now Brett off the line out, finds Britton on the short ball, gives the offload. Camasioli to Des Ormo Schmidt. Does she have the speed again? Just one to beat, pins her ears back and gets in. Incredible work from the Westshore backs. And that is another try for Westshore. Getting close to the full-time whistle, Britton will go back to the conversion right in front of the post, giving herself a bit of space to not get chased down there.
Does look like she favors her right foot. Being directly under, she could kick it with either, as we've seen before.
And just splits the post to add 2 points to the board.
That is final time, baby.
And the referee will call it a day here as the wind picks up. Thank you to everybody for joining us here. We will be back in less than 15 minutes for pregame for the men's Premier Showdown. The Battle of Langford, Westshore Valhallians, Pacific Pride,